Hello friends, today I want to discuss three concepts that changed the software engineering for good. Software engineering is complex, difficult, but without these three techniques, programming models, frameworks, it would be more difficult, more complex. So put a comment, what do you think, what is the greatest thing that happened to software engineering that made software engineering more cool and fun to do? The first great thing happened was object-oriented programming. Object-oriented programming is a programming model where you program around classes and collection rather than procedures or logic. You map real or abstract things like pen, chair in software code, and it gives to some concepts like inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction. I will explain a little bit later. What are the objectives of object-oriented programming? The first objective was that you work on data. You need to protect data. All objects has a state, and this state need to be consistent throughout the system. Second, Second thing about object-oriented programming was you take a related function and you club them inside a class so that they can work on the data. So, for example, person, he may have name, he may run. And another third important concept was that these objects communicate to each other through messages. This gave to some other great concepts like service-oriented architecture, how you can build lightly coupled systems through messaging. So what are the some terms in object-oriented programming? The first is classes and objects. So classes are templates through which objects are generated. For example, animal is a class and man is object. There's a data abstraction. You focus only on the things which you are interested. Then there's encapsulation, and you hide the complexity from others. Inheritance, I can inherit some structure and behavior from other classes. Polymorphism, the function can take multiple functions. And there's a dynamic binding. So what are the benefits of object-oriented programming? The first benefit is code reuse. When I map an invoice, so invoice becomes a truth for invoice. If I have to change some printing method, there's one place I need to go and change the code. So it centralizes code reuse is easy. It reduces the software complexity. We can communicate with our domain expert, or we are talking about invoices, printing invoices, billing. So it helps you to discover your problem domain more easily. And the third big benefit is maintenance. Since the code is centralized, all the code related to invoices inside the invoice, and chances are if you make changes, it would be easy changes. The problem with procedure based programming was you make one change and 10 things will be broken. So second best thing was continuous integration, continuous deployment. Before agile programming, we used to ship our products at the right time using waterfall. The problems used to come during integration. There were different programmers, different teams working in their silos. They have some assumptions, how other people are going to use their component, how they're going to interact with their modules. And when we used to integrate, all the hell used to break. We used to know, oh, our assumptions were wrong. We need to rewrite the interfaces. We need to recode the code. And that is how most of the projects used to get delayed. And that is how waterfall got a lot of bad name and agile programming became more popular. So in continuous integration, there are certain steps. You take the code from the source code, compile it, run tests, run some reports, and then you deploy it on dev server, QA server, test servers. So one of the worst thing about continuous integration is somebody else can write the continuous integration. You don't have to pull out your developers. So this is one agile engineering programming which is easy to implement and will make sure your code is clean in your source safe, and it is clean compilable and you are integrating at regular interval. The third concept was CLR and JVM, Common Language Runtime. Before CLR or Java Virtual Machine, writing code was difficult. If you are chances were your code would be tightly coupled to the operating system, and especially if you were using some operating system APIs, the portability was very difficult. Moving from Windows 95 to Windows 2000 was very difficult if you were using Windows APIs operating. What this CLR and JVM did is they decoupled the operating system from applications. So you know these CLRs, they took your code and converted into the bytecode. At some point of the time, operating system will convert this code is converted into binaries. So this way, as long you shift your CLR to Unix, Linux, you could move your application to other operating systems like Unix, Linux. And since I have started working on .NET framework, CLR or JVM, I don't know what is the operating system, like what Windows system operating system is running, what are they upgrading. It's totally hidden to me. So let's summarize. What are the best three things that happen to software engineering: object-oriented programming, continuous integration, and CLR JVM. So friends, thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, like it, share it, and subscribe to my channel for your regular updates. Connect with me on LinkedIn and Twitter, especially LinkedIn. If you like small summaries of the video, I will be posting a lot of small summaries of the video on LinkedIn. Thanks again.